Another very wonderful Tuesday. I'd like to warmly welcome all our esteemed viewers all over the world to today's edition of the program, Crime Watch Reloaded. Don't forget that every Tuesday we are here live with our repeat broadcast on Friday at 9 a.m. Of course, you can also join us on radio, Crime Alert Reloaded, every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. And again, you have opportunity of watching this program. If you miss any edition on television, just go straight to YouTube, type Crime Watch Reloaded. Of course, you have opportunity of having a rundown of all our editions, both past and present. And then you can also follow us on Facebook on Crime Busting with Festus Alenkhe. My name is Festus Alenkhe. What a way to welcome you to today's edition of the program. So much we have in our kitty today, and I'm sure we'll be able to have all the time to download all we have here right now. Some big stories are here, some bizarre stories are also here. We have some teenagers, female ones to be precise, who eventually formed a secret cult group called Marine Fine Girls. You can't beat that. And do you know that they have a strategy? Do you know that they have criteria? Do you know that there are ways you can join the club? And there are certain things you must do for you to be a member of the club. So just stay on. I'm going to let you into that very shortly. And also today, we'll quickly take you to Amagba here in Edo State, where the police swooped on some suspected armed robbers who were right in a compound, and 2 were felled by the police. And away from that, we'll take you quickly to Upper Sakumba Road, where a 30-year-old tactician was gruesomely killed by some suspected cultists. Sad one. And then another bizarre story today is the one that has to do with self-kidnapping. The question we like to ask, why will somebody just go and kidnap himself and then raise alarm that somebody else did the kidnapping? Sad one, you may like to say. Let's have a short break now. The program Crime Watch Reloaded will be right back after this time out. All you need to do right now, just sit back. Let's have this program together in the next 1 hour. Welcome back there. We'd like to go straight now to the first story we have here today. This one has to do with a 30-year-old technician that was somewhere around Upper Sakumba Road, killed by some suspected secret cult member. Actually, moments after this young guy was shot dead, there was uproar in the whole Upper Sakumba community. Some of these hoodlums took to the streets, and a lot of things happened. Some even took time out to rob. But for the quick intervention of men of the Edo State Police Command, they eventually saved the situation. But we are taking a look right now at why was this young man killed. Let's go over now to Oka in Upper Sakumba Road in Benin City.
Thirty-year-old Philip Omoyege Osagbovo, living in Upper Sakumba Road around Oka Market in Benin City, left home on Saturday to his place of work and never returned home. Report revealed that he got a call to come to Oka Secondary School, Benin City, which was on fire. Police investigation then revealed that some persons suspected to be members of some secret cult allegedly shot him dead. But the reason for his alleged killing has been attributed to an intra-cult disagreement. The situation led to serious uproar in Upper Sakumba Road as some suspected cultists took to the streets as they brandished guns and other dangerous weapons. The quick intervention of officers and men of the Edo State Police Command prevented the crisis from degenerating. The hoodlums were also at the Oka market, where some of the traders and their customers were attacked with their money, mobile phones and personal items stolen. When our news crew visited the family residence of the deceased, the people were in a sad mood. The father of the deceased, Mr. Philip Edobo Omoyege, said his son Osagbovo Omoyege was standing with him when he received the call.
All I want is, I have no power of my own. I want government to go into it and submit me the report.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
I'm appealing to the government.
What does your son do?
He's a technician, a motor driver.
Other family members called on the police to fish out the killers of their brother.
They stab her. Some say they shoot her before they carry her go put for the primary school. Go through her put for ground for the primary school. The next day, let me see her for there. Then we call police.
So what you want now?
Now, to beg government, make government take the necessary step.
What we want government to give us the justice, to help us and look for those criminals that kill our brother.
Contacted the Edo State Police Foreign Relations Officer DSP Chidi Wambuzo, who confirmed the incident, said 3 persons fingered in the killing have been taken into custody.
So far so good. The divisional police officer in charge of Ubeku, divisional headquarters Benin City, and the men were able to handle that problem there. 3 suspects so far on that case. The investigation is on, and by the time we are through with the investigation, we will be able to come out to tell the public.
But this is the situation right here in the residence of the deceased. According to the father, he is currently appealing to the police and other relevant security agencies towards ensuring that those who were said to have been involved in the dastardly murder of his own son are brought to justice as soon as possible.
Welcome back there. We'd like to go straight now to this other story. This one is coming in all the way from Amagba in Edo State, where some suspected armed robbers were operating the house. And the moment after that, a call was put across to the police, who immediately raced to the house. You know what? They met the suspects right inside the compound, and guess what happened thereafter? There was exchange of gunfire, and the 2 of the suspects were fled, while one of them was arrested alive. Trust us on this program. We have to go all the way from here to Amagba to actually ascertain the situation. Capture the house, interview some persons that at least spotted the suspects, and thereafter return back to the police for their confirmation. Let's go over now first to Amagba here in Edo State.
Residents of a street in Amagba in Benin City were shocked when some alleged hardened armed robbers invaded some houses in the area. The heavily armed men, numbering 8, operated in several houses at a row, where money, mobile phones, gold, and other personal items were stolen. They were said to have used iron cutter, heavy stones, and mortars to force the doors open. In some of the houses, they destroyed the windows and thereafter had easy access. However, during the attack, the residents quickly put a call across to the police, who then joined members of the vigilante group in the area to confront the hoodlums. Upon sighting the police, the hoodlums opened fire, but 2 of the suspects were humbled during the gun duel as they died from severe gunshot wounds. Some of the victims react.
They already enter the house. So as they enter, they go free, drink the whole drink, pay the fridge. They will collect one techno phone, button for them. Then iPhone 7, they snatch that one for ground. This is that one they will police with 2 instructions. With money when my mother said, I will collect for them.
The night, ambulance came to my house, about 8 of them. They entered through the window to my house, and they were fully armed with some weapons, cutlass, and all. They suspected carrying some of my property like phone, laptop, and other valuable things, including money and jewelry.
One of the suspects was, however, arrested alive.
No, sir. When the color cutting the reference, okay.
Now they put that in your pocket.
Okay, but them be robbers. Them be robbers.
I don't know whether or not they try the person for the person.
The Edo State Commissioner of Police, Johnson Babatunde Kokomo, who confirmed the incident, assured that the state will continue to remain a safe haven for businesses to thrive. He called for more useful information from members of the public aimed at checking the activities of hoodlums.
Early hours of today, group of armed robbers numbering 8 stormed Amagba community in Benin here, where they unleashed terror on the residents. Information got to the police, and in collaboration with the vigilance group in the area and the spirit of community policing, stormed the Amagba community where there was an exchange of gunfire. In the course of that, 2 of the armed robbers were injured. They sustained gunshot injuries, but unfortunately they died. The 2 of them died while on the way to the hospital.
Items recovered from the suspected armed robbers include 14 assorted mobile phones, expended and live cartridges, jackknife, beads, and wristwatches.
Anyway, nice one there by men of the Edo State Police Command. Or whenever you are in distress, you can quickly call the police. Be sure that they'll be at your doorstep. Somebody is asking, okay, let me just attempt to give you the police control room quickly. The number 080 77 3721. I take it again. 080 77 3721. So when you call any of these lines, of course, you'll be sure that you'll be onto the control room. And then let me quickly give you the MTN 080 37 64 6272. I take it again. 080 37 64 6272. So if you call them, be sure the police will be with you in less than 5 minutes, and that's what the Commissioner of Police directed. The control room will quickly radio the nearest patrol team. They will be with you, but do not flash, do not call over trivial matter. Now, there's a bizarre story. Let's just it this way. For instance, you are talking with a friend or a colleague, and the person comes to say, do you know what happened today, Festus? I'll say, no, that a 13-year-old girl slept with 10 men at a row. I'll say, which one be at a row? He say, at a row means from one man to the other. 1 man to the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. At a row. I say, are you sure? He said, yes. Then, are you also aware that even another girl, 15 years, slept with 6 men at a row, and thereafter another 4, altogether 10? I will say, no, it's a lie. Nothing like that happened. So, as a reporter, I took my camera. I said, let me actually go and find out. Could it be true? They said, yes, it's true. And that there's a club now called Marine Fine Girls. Marine Fine Girls for underage. They are all teenagers, all females. But the mode for you to join the club is you must sleep with 10 men first before they can admit you. It happened. Let's have that story now. You'll hear from them. Let me talk about.
Marine Fine Girls is a secret cult group purely for females. The group has a branch in Ofunwegbe along the Benin-Lagos Road in Edo State. Their mode of initiation is to ensure that every new entrant into the group must have multiple sex with different men. They usually have the initiation and several sexual activities in an uncompleted building in the area. The names of the 3 suspects were given as David Blessing, 16 years old, John Ruth, 14 years, and Emeka Ada, 13 years. It was revealed that if any girl must join the secret court group, such girl must first have sex with over 10 men as a condition for initiation. One of the suspects was alleged to have had sex with 10 men who took turn in the sex act. Another suspect also had sex with 6 men at a row, while the 13-year-old girl first had sex with 6 men on her initiation and 4 men on the day of their meeting. The meeting is held every Sunday evening in an uncompleted building in Ofuegbe. Trouble, however, started when the mother of one of the girls observed changes in the lifestyle of her daughter and decided to ask questions. Upon a deep inquiry, the 13-year-old daughter then told the mother how she had sex with 10 men at a roll. The police were then contacted and the girls were taken into custody while a strong manhunt for the surrounding men has since commenced. The young girls gave an insight into their activities. Okay, when you joined this court, this group, so when you joined?
It was this year.
This year? Yes. What did they call her?
Marine Fine Girl.
Eh?
Marine Fine Girl.
Marine Fine Girl?
Yes.
Which month of this year you joined?
It was February.
February. Who take you join?
It was Wisdom. 13.
How old are you?
13 years.
13 years. Are you in school?
Yes.
Eh?
Yes.
What class are you now?
GSTV.
GSTV.
Yes.
That day of the secret court meeting that you joined, what happened to you? They make love to you?
Yes.
How many men?
10.
10.
Yes.
Is that the rule for the club?
Yes.
Eh?
Yes.
Before you joined?
No. The boy told me that when I joined, see that we are going to be gathering money, we'll be buying clothes, that's anything you want, will be giving us, that anybody that wants to fight us will come and fight for us.
Okay. That's how you joined?
Yes.
So when you now joined, how did the men now come to sleep with you?
The boy took me to one uncompleted building.
Not computer building?
Yes. When I get there, the boy will not tie my hair with clothes. He will not ask me to lie down. So he will not start sleeping with me.
Okay, but before that day, have you been making love before?
Yes.
When did you start?
It was last year.
Last year. That's at the age of 12.
Yes.
Eh?
Yes.
And you were able to carry 10 men now. Were you not tired? Eh?
I was tired.
Did you tie your eye?
Yes.
You tied your eye?
Yes.
How many persons slept with you?
They were 4.
4. How old are you now?
14 years.
14 years. What class are you?
GST.
Where do you stay?
Stay at Okada Junction.
Okada Junction.
He said that they would sleep with me, they are theory. And I put my shirt, they used to tie my hair. They said I should sleep on the floor and not sleep. So one of the boy who is not slept with me before the 3 boys slept with me.
So altogether you slept with you were 4?
There are 3 boys.
Huh?
3 boys.
3 boys. Once. But before then you were already having a boyfriend?
Yes.
Okay. The Edo State Commissioner of Police Johnson Babajide Kokumo advised parents to keep eyes on their children at all times.
I want to seize this opportunity to appeal to members of the public, the good citizens of Edo State, to please say something when something is said. What we have been able to do today was as a result of community participation, community collaboration, and synergy between the police and the community members.
7 young girls in Ofuegbe along Benin Lagos Road are said to be members of the Marine Fine Girls Secret Court. The police are now looking for the remaining 4 members following the arrest of 3.
Now, wow, if I see this one in the movie, I will tell the movie officer or the movie producer to say, please, this is not possible. Such thing cannot happen for a 13-year-old girl to chase 10 men. I would say it's not possible. And then it just happened, and it's real, and it's life. So now, who is to blame? Government, parents, religious bodies, the society, or Festus Alenkhe? I'm doing my own. Mine is to report whether good or bad. But now, imagine another story where a young man went to check his own site where he's doing a little project, and suddenly some gunmen came and got him killed on the spot. We just returned from Oba-Etin in the Bauha local government area, where we captured the reports where one Osaro Ojo was said to have been killed by some suspected gunmen. Sad one. Let's have that story now from Oba-Etin. The deceased, Osaro Ojo, had gone to his project site in Oba-Etin for the supervision of his house project with two of his friends. According to report, some suspected gunmen suddenly swooped on him, beat him to stupor, and thereafter shot him dead. It was revealed that two of his friends that were with him during the attack were wounded in the process. Those who sustained injuries, however, escaped from the scene and are now receiving treatment in an undisclosed hospital in Benin City. It was however revealed that the gunmen, numbering 5, first shot sporadically before shooting the deceased at close range. The father of the deceased, Mr. Alfred Ojo, who is visually impaired, appealed to the relevant security agencies in Edo State to fish out those who killed his son. We are just right now joined by the father of the deceased. We're talking of the young boy that was said to have been murdered in his site here in Oba-Etin. And this is the father who, of course, is going to let us into his reaction towards the death of his own son. So, how did they tell you?
They go kill him. Kill him for the place that for that in that way get provided. They go kill him. I don't know who. I think I for government. They for the matter. I think they don't help me.
Other family members urged the police to carry out extensive investigation towards unraveling those behind the killing.
I beg government help us. Osaro not there in society. This boy very cool, very gently in the community. So it not offend anybody at all. I beg, wanna help us.
Not I will come here say the rest people run come when they carry follow body. As they come and blood full their body. See their body go, finish their body. What happen? Say they don't kill Osaro for them. What happen? Before everybody surprised, now they can't go. When they reach them, it really die for ground.
Contacted, Edo State Police Relations Officer DSP Chidi Wambuzo, who confirmed the incident, said the homicide section of the Edo State Police Command has since commenced investigation into the killing.
A certain young man from Oba-Etin community was killed, murdered, was killed in that community by this other side called the case is equally under investigation. When we are through, we'll be able to give full details of what transpired.
This is the situation right now. My name is Festus Alenkhe in Oba-Etin, Edo State. I know. All right. I want to pray that the soul of that young man, Osaro Ojo, and also the soul of the 30-year-old technician, may they all continually and perpetually rest in perfect peace, and may the soul of all the faithful departed, through the mercy of God, rest in perfect peace. Can I hear you say amen? Amen there. Sad one. Now, another bizarre story. How is it bizarre? Just imagine again that somebody will just have quarrel with you, neighbor, yes, over boundary. Now me get this land, not you get this land. And then argument came, it was later settled and resolved. And a moment after that, one of those persons will now go and hid himself. The one they call self-kidnapping. He self-kidnapped himself and thereafter called the police. From there, called his family members to say, I have a kidnapper. They are demanding for 2.5 million naira. And then he now quietly told his family to say, the way the people that kidnapped me are talking, it looks like that my neighbor is the one that arranged the kidnapping. The family members now contacted the police. Guess what happened? The neighbor was arrested for good 2 weeks in the cell while the investigation was ongoing. Police were now busy investigating the neighbor, alleging that he was the one that kidnapped the young man. A moment after that, he started demanding for ransom, 2.5 million and others. The people were now looking for money everywhere. Guess what? He was the one that kidnapped himself. And when we now ask, why did you kidnap yourself? He said he just wanted to punish the neighbor. And the neighbor having spent 2 weeks in police cell. Boss. Please, let's have that story now. I'm just laughing because thank God for the neighbor though. Story, please.
The suspect, Odion Okwabo, was said to have had serious quarrel with his neighbor in Benin City. He allegedly accused his neighbor of extending his perimeter fence into his plot of land. The situation led to a police action which was later settled, but the said Odion Okwabo was not happy with the mode of settlement. He then framed up the neighbor in an alleged capital offense with the police. The suspect then allegedly kidnapped himself and thereafter called his own family members to demand for 2.5 million naira as ransom. The said suspect later quietly called his family members to tell lies that the said neighbor, Mr. Chinedu Okoye, was responsible for his kidnapping. The family members, while reporting the kidnapping case to the police, then accused the said neighbor, Chinedu Okoye, as the man responsible for the kidnapping of their brother. The man was subsequently arrested by the police, where he was kept for days. But using high technical intelligence, the police swooped on the suspect in Ekpoma. Reports however revealed that the man who kidnapped himself first spent a night in Benin City and thereafter moved to Ekpoma, Edo State, where he called his family for ransom. The suspect gave an insight into the episode.
Please say your name. Where are you from?
Iwari Anwai.
Huh?
Iwari Anwai is at the west.
Okay. What did you bring you come here?
Yes, I had myself. Yes. I had myself. I had myself.
You had yourself? Okay. How much you can't demand for when you had yourself? How much is somebody that pay? How much you now call they ask for as ransom when you had yourself?
2.5.
2.5 million naira. Okay. What thing make you go hide yourself?
I say make the arrest person wey dey disturb me.
Okay, now like set up. You want me to arrest the person? Okay. How you going to hide yourself?
I go hide myself for bush.
For bush. Only you can't stay for bush. Or you stay person house.
I stay for bush. I can't still stay in Ujele.
Eh?
I can't still stay in Ujele.
Which bush you first stay?
Now which see Ujele.
Where that one day? Ekpom. How many days you spend for bush?
Now just half day.
Half day. So the remaining days, how many days you can't spend?
I can't spend that for that Ujele.
For Ujele. Which person house?
And the room where I rent for my daughter for Ekpoma.
Okay, your daughter and a student. What you can't tell her and say you have one coming to Congo hide for them?
I not just tell her anything. I carry the key. I don't know to me.
How many days you can't spend for them?
Now 2 nights.
Okay, tell us as phone call can't happen when the contact say make the pay money. 2.5 million.
Now me they call.
Who you call?
I can't call my sister and my brother.
What do you tell them?
I can't say 2.5 million.
Say what happened to you when you can't say 2.5 million?
Make I come out for where I do.
Yeah, what do you can't say make them can't keep you now? What do you tell them say make them keep you when they come there for 2.5 million?
I say that now.
Say that now. Okay. So how they can't arrest that Chinedu?
My people does not know what is we were afraid, really, that my people were afraid that really I was kidnapped. Maybe I'm always there. That's why they went to go and arrest me.
So that's why they went to go and arrest you. But that's the reason why you went to hide. It's because you wanted to arrest you.
Yes.
Yes. That's why you went to hide.
Yes.
Okay, so where did they arrest you to?
You see, I met him. Yeah.
Okay, so you met. That they already brought you to kidnapping them.
Okay, me at first, when we were having problem, we arrested him.
Okay, now leave all that. Was it because of quarrel that you went to hide yourself that made them to kidnap? That made you to say they kidnap you?
Because of quarrel and fight. That's it.
Okay, you have quarrel with Chinedu.
Fight.
Since when?
For the past 2 years.
What do you call the quarrel?
Now, so can we do for my life.
Okay, two of them are neighbor. Your house and you share boundary. Okay, what do you call happen?
I can't tell them make it my land. People come settle and say that my land is this because I'm not doing that I will put the soccer.
Yes.
No, so because in my first, and since then, because I'm not going to get on, because they fight me, beat me.
Because they fight?
Beat me, because...
Okay, now so it happen.
Exactly.
Now maybe you can go hide yourself. You don't think they pay the money?
No.
How much they be price? Say they want pay.
1.5 at last.
Huh?
1.5, but they not say I'm bringing.
That's 1.5 million. Okay. Who can they give you all the information for where you go hide?
Nobody did. Now me they call them.
Now you they call them. How they come to catch you now? When the thing come to open?
When I come here, say they are actually do.
Okay, that thing they do when you want to make them hold. Say now he kidnap you, police call hold am. Okay. So what do you call tell your family as you come out?
I can't say they don't release you.
Because the kidnapper don't release you. Okay. Based on say they arrest Chinedu. Why you call the feel now? Say you don't pull life for person here. Kidnapping life.
I never, it's ignorant, brother. It's ignorant, sir.
Ignorant. You go hide yourself. So that make police for arrest somebody, say they kidnap you. How you call the feel now for your man?
But it's ignorant. I feel regretting what I've done because I don't even know whether it is like this. It's going to be like this.
Which work you do?
I'm a teacher.
Teacher? For where?
My secondary school.
Okay, government school. Or the player as a government teacher or private or whatever?
I'm a government teacher.
Which course do you teach?
Chemistry, physics.
Chemistry.
And physics.
Which school you go?
Rukusa. Rukusa.
Now Rukusa you going to teach. Which higher institution you go?
I go University.
Which course you read for?
Chemistry.
How you reduce all this kind of thing? Ignorance.
I want to conclude. I don't even know. It's ignorance.
The neighbor, Chinedu Okoye, said he has never kidnapped in his lifetime and commended men of the anti-kidnapping squad of the Edo State Police Command for saving him with the arrest of the man who framed him up. It has been found out that the man was never kidnapped and he was arrested and put in the cell. How do you feel now, sir?
I don't know what to say because always I say, who God do something, you will not know how to appreciate God. It's only when you force yourself to get something, you will go and buy car and appreciate God.
Contacted, the Edo State Commissioner of Police Johnson Babatunde Kokumo said self-kidnapping is a criminal offense. Carry out of course self-kidnapping. Is it criminal?
It is highly criminal.
So what happens thereafter?
Definitely the suspect will be charged to court because a number of offences have been committed, giving false information to the police.
As at press time, the said Odion Okwabo was spotted on camera begging the man he framed up. But the police are expected to charge the suspect to court after the completion of investigation.
Now, okay, I beg, forgive me. I just raised the alarm. So if you were the one, you are watching this program, what will you do? Anyway, sad one there, but thank God for the life of the young man who eventually, where police discovered that the man lied. We have this other story, and I just hope time will be there for us, but if no time, we just give it a promo briefly and then have it for next edition. It has to do with some suspected armed robbers that invaded the house somewhere around the local in Edo State. One person was earlier arrested some time ago. He eventually named other members of the gang. Guess what? 4 of them that participated in the robbery, where a 21-year-old undergraduate of the university was killed, have been arrested by the police. One of them called himself Lagbaja, who happens to be a musical artist. Let's have that story quickly, and thereafter we just call it a day and have it in our next edition.
Here, some suspected armed robbers attacked a house at Oluku near Benin City in Edo State. After the successful armed robbery operation, a 22-year-old male undergraduate was shot dead on the spot. Moments after the operation, one suspect identified as Otasowie Ame was arrested by the police. He told the police and the press that he was present during the operation and only held a stick while standing at the door. The said Ame Otasowie then accused one of the gang members, popularly called Lagbaja, as the one who shot the 22-year-old man.
That's not a key person.
Yes. Now,
how many persons are key?
Now, one person, Lagbaja, should be person. We take for outside. The next thing is, I mean, marked for the gate.
Are you marked for gate?
For gate.
Through high technical intelligence, the other 3 suspects were arrested by the police. They include Festus Alenkhe, Osagi Lucky, and Sunday Ibe. During police investigation, it was then revealed that the said Ame Otasowie was the one that allegedly shot the man dead. They were alleged to have stormed the house around 7 p.m. after scaling the perimeter fence. The suspects, who said they got an information that the woman operates an abattoir with large sum of money and gold, decided to attack the house. The suspects gave an insight into their involvement.
What is your name?
Ame Otasowie.
Talk out now.
Ame Otasowie.
How many robberies don't go?
Only one.
Only one? That person will die for a local. How it happen?
No, we don't get that.
All of them are here. That's this 4. All of them did the operation. How not to reach the house?
No, through Lagbaja never take it.
Through Lagbaja? Who be Lagbaja?
Festus.
Okay, Festus. But you mean Lagbaja? I bring information. What will be the information?
Information and somebody never give an information.
Say what thing?
Say according to the way it tell me. Say that so they back on the house.
What you say?
The guy now somebody will give him the information about the house.
Say what thing?
Say money they say gold they say the woman they kill cow for market.
Okay, so now slaughterhouse they work.
Slaughterhouse, na the woman they work. They say so say money would they ask. Me never know. So I see you talk and say money they say more you go there no collect the money.
How say money take go there?
Say more just go there more collect the money. Say but if we reach there say cut is the house well.
But due to time constraint, we are unable to continue with that story. We'd like to appeal to all our viewers, so please continue to follow us. In our next edition, be sure that will be number 1 on the lineup. All you need to do is just keep following us on this program, Crime Watch Reloaded. I'd like to appeal to all our viewers once again that this program is open for sponsorship. Whatever adverts you want to place, don't forget that we are here for you. We place it for you at a moderate price, and that's how we're going to keep this program running. We need so many things to run this program. So any form of adverts, goods and services you want us to run for you, just get across to us in EBS here. Of course, you have it at very moderate price for us to aid on this program. The program, once again, is open for sponsorship. Feel free to contact us here. We'll be right there at your doorstep. That's all I'd like to say. Thanks today for joining us on the program with some of those bizarre and heart-shaking stories. Never mind, next week is another day, and trust us here, we'll always be there for you. Let's have this program same time, same station next week. Special thanks to all those who have made today's presentation very possible. I must say thanks to Bright Sifo, Igbonos Ayo, you have been very wonderful. Christopher, you say thank you to, of course, Sylvester Okwedo. I say thank you, and the news is already here. Peace Igweduwa is already standing by. Good night from me, and it's good night once again.